Let's move on to the next. This is our labor of love. And the question here is, can dividends and interest from a large cash or taxable balance unexpectedly push a retiree over the ACA subsidy cliff? The answer is definitively yes. It happens all the time. It is, in my opinion, probably the biggest booby trap that people don't foresee. I'll give you a couple examples of how this manifests beyond just the simple idea that dividends and interest can do this. There's two ways that we will commonly see this manifest. The first is that dividends don't always pay out on the same schedule, and sometimes you'll make a forecast of your expected dividends as though it's pro rata monthly, meaning you take 1 month's dividends and you say, oh, I'm going to get the same dividend every month. Therefore, I can assume that this would be my total dividend if I just multiplied January's dividends by 12. That can often be wrong because oftentimes companies pay dividends at different schedules. Some pay monthly dividends, some pay quarterly, some pay annually. And so if you take, let's say, January's dividend, but one of your holdings doesn't pay dividends in January, you're missing that value, and it will show up later, and you might have an underestimation of the total dividend. That could be a problem. We see that often. Same thing for interest, candidly. If you own a bond, some bonds pay their coupon on different at different frequencies. Some pay annual, some pay monthly, it just depends. So you could run into the same problem where you try to do a projection of your actual interest income from bonds, and you end up with an underestimation that therefore comes into conflict with your plan to stay under MAGI or under a MAGI cliff. Other common examples, just to add more to this list, are rental income, part-time work. Those are the two common ones coming to my head. I know there are others in our comprehensive list, but I'll see if I could find those and provide those later. But we do want to look out for those types of things, even like a bonus getting paid out after the fact. Anything that could be considered a taxable source of income that we just might not expect or might not remember. RSUs are another one. Sometimes we leave our employer, we get an RSU that vests shortly after, 3 months after. If we leave our employer in November, we get the vest in January. All of a sudden, we have some a taxable income in the next calendar year that we didn't really think about. So this is definitely a place to pay attention to. The way you want to handle this from a philosophy perspective is we want to build our sequence of withdrawals plan, accounting for the estimations of dividends and interest, and we want to use a more sophisticated process of modeling those things. And we want to net those out as what I would call non-spendable, non-negotiable sources of income. And the reason I would do that is because most of us don't use dividends or interest as an actual source of spending money. Most times dividends will get reinvested through a DRIPS program, a dividend reinvestment program, which is the default setting for most custodians. So we won't even be able to transfer it out unless we do some opt-out settings and do that. Even then, living off of dividends is actually more complicated than most people think because it requires pro rata adjustments to withdrawals every month. So it's not like a totally livable system. So there's just a bunch of reasons to plan for this. And yes, it is a good thing to plan for. Great question, our labor of love. I think a lot of people will get benefit out of that. Real quick, let me show you the exact 3-pillar comprehensive retirement roadmap that takes retirees from uncertainty to peace of mind that less than 1% of retirees actually have in place. Now, I've built hundreds of these for retirees, and I can say with a high degree of confidence that these are the 3 pillars every retiree needs to have in place in order to have full confidence that they're not missing anything in their retirement plan. And I broke each of these down by the specific questions. You can see them here that each needs to be answered and the best way to answer them. Now, we've done this across pre-retirees, recent retirees, married couples, single retirees, $1 million portfolios, $10 million portfolios, all the above, and it works. And it's my gift to you today. It's absolutely free. It's in the first link in the description below this video. It's going to say free comprehensive retirement roadmap training. Just click the link, enter your info, and you'll get instant access all for free.